class regarding big data. Again, we will discuss about the big data infrastructure. Okay, basically, the last time we have discussed only the definition. I think all of you have clear about the definition basically. Okay, so I just share the screen from where you can easily understand what we require to discuss. Okay, so we have discussed these five V's in the last class, and we know that the big data incorporate all the data, including structured data as well as unstructured data, like data from the emails, social media, text, and a lot of other different varieties. Okay, and this type of data management, that means structured and unstructured data management required that we leverage both structured data as well as unstructured data. Okay, so that's why all these five V's that we have discussed earlier, these five V's, we have taken care whenever we talk about the term big data. Okay, so now we talk about the traditional way, as we have discussed earlier. There are five V. Why we require these five V, and when we talk about the big data, we always taken care all these five V's. Should have to keep in mind these all five V's in our discussion, basically. Okay, so now this is the traditional large scale system, and so now we talk about the traditional way, right? We talk about means about the 20 to 30 years back, what we are using basically. Okay, so it was like this. We have only one master node. It is showing in the green node basically. Okay, we have only one master node basically, and where user we are available the request, the some data from the system, the worker node. The worker node is here is because it's work like in a network node. Okay, basically, this worker node take all the queries from the master node and pass it to the end user basically. So where the storage system are. So this storage system will take all the requests from different worker node, and we can say different application uh, provide the data along the worker node basically. Okay, so here network is established in such a way that all the requests get merged in storage system, and a storage system simultaneously supposed to send the data to every worker worker node. Okay, where worker node supposed to receive the data from the right. So in the and that so in that particular scenario right now amount of data is less. If amount of data is less, then I don't think so it is going to be bottleneck. Okay, means this system may not be fail, and network may not be respond basically. Okay, yes, at that time if the less amount of data if we have, then this system, this traditional system can work properly or efficiently. Okay, but as we know that, look at the amount of the data generated by world right now. Basically, every single day, billions of data are fetched on single storage. Basically, okay, and this system may fail because due to the large amount of the data. Okay, and it may be possible that the network may not respond. Okay, so this one is the traditional large scale system that we have also discussed earlier in database management system also basically. It have some advantages also. We know that why we are still using this traditional large scale system right now because uh, 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 we have some traditional advantage like easy data transfer. We can update metadata also. I think all of you know the various advantage of this traditional large scale system basically. Why we are using still we are using this traditional large scale system because lots of advantages it have, like easy data transfer. Okay, and Anybody have idea? Then you can write the area some of the advantage of this traditional large scale system in chat box. Okay, anybody? I just wait the answer from your side also, because I think this traditional large scale system is much more discussed, very well discussed in database management system also, and we should have to know the concept of this traditional large scale system, and why we have also known the reason why we are switching from this traditional large scale system to the big data solution basically. Why we are required to shift from this traditional large scale system to big data solution. Why? Because so you everybody anybody have idea what is the basically the advantages of this traditional large scale system we have. Anybody have idea? You just have to write in the chat box. I'm waiting the answer from your side. Anybody have idea? What is the advantage of traditional large scale system? क्या advantages हो सकते हैं traditional large scale system के? और still we are using the traditional large scale system like by using the SQL or database relational database management system also we are using. So anybody have idea that what is the advantages of traditional large scale system basically? Nobody is ready for give the answer. I think lots of very easy solutions available we have. Means like you can say that easy data transfer, you can easily transfer the data. Anybody have idea? You just have to write in the chat box. Nobody ready for the answer now. Okay. You can also say that you can update metadata easily. Anybody have idea about metadata? So actually we are discussing about the big data, so lots of these terminology should be clear in your mind. Anybody have idea about metadata? In the traditional large scale system, we can easily update the metadata basically. This is one of the advantages of traditional large scale system. But due to some limitations, due to it is not able to handle the big data, the large amount of the data. So we are switching from from this traditional large scale system to the uh, big data solution basically. But we have to know about the advantages and some disadvantages of traditional large scale system. What is metadata? Anybody have idea? किसी को पता है metadata क्या रहेगा? Because it is one of the advantages of traditional large scale system to easily update uh, metadata basically. Any idea? Okay, also we can manage. So you just have to go through this terminology, and some more advantages also we have. Like we can manage specification very easily, hardware specification very easily, and we can uh, remove the data table because relational data database is basically use the table. So removal of the data table is very easy in the traditional large scale system. Okay, so it basically the large scale system from here from this diagram you can easily understand it has contain only a single master node. Worker node is work like the network node and a storage system that is store the data basically. Means from here we have only one of the storage single storage system and the request is taken received from the uh, getting from the master node to the worker node. Okay. Some more things we should have to discuss in the traditional large scale system is that anybody have idea about any some more somebody is waiting in the chat box, so I just admit them. Just have to find out some more advantages also. So ideally, uh, it is very simple to we can say that it means I just conclude that why we are using the traditional large scale system. So ideally, it is very simple to use, less complex, minimum hardware requirement, and there is no requirement of specialist. Or means we don't require the specialist like big data solution. Like only we required a SQL language expert and a database manager. I think it is more enough for set up this kind of traditional system. Okay, so these are some of the characteristic of traditional large scale system. It is very simple, less complex, minimum hardware requirement, less specialists are required, only SQL language experts and database manager is only required. Okay, but the disadvantages is so high. Okay, like you can face uh, what disadvantages we can face in the traditional large scale system. Hmm? Is so you can face data redundancy. Each application have what is the data redundancy? What is the meaning of data redundancy? Is we know that every application have own data file. Okay, and the same data is recorded and stored many times. This is basically called data redundancy, and this is one of the disadvantages of the traditional large scale system. It has some advantages. Very less the number of peoples or resources are required and very easy to use, but it has a very some of the disadvantages. One of the major disadvantages is that every application have their own application, their own data file, and the same data are recorded and stored many times. And this characteristic is basically called data redundancy. Basically. Okay, and also traditional data large scale system have some problem is like that it can have data consistency as well also. Okay, means some data item do not data inconsistency means do not upload simultaneously in each file. Means when we update in one of the file, basically the same data may not be updated simultaneously in the same different file where that particular data is that file is contained basically. Okay, and we can also have face the some more problem like data dependency also. Okay, various type of data dependency we have discussed earlier in database management system. So these all are the that all are the problem also we are facing, because due to why we are facing the data dependency, because due to different file have a different file format basically. Okay, so data dependency no doubt maybe come there. So I think some of the basic or major problems come with the traditional large scale system is that basically the data redundancy, data inconsistency, data dependency. Okay, and some more problem also we can face from the traditional large scale system is that data retrieval also one of the problem. Means it's not much more efficient as compared to the another big data solution that we cannot retrieve the data efficiently basically, and and it's also very time consuming. Uh, and so it is very inefficient to maintain the record when we have a data in big form. Okay, means the large number of items we have, so that's why the traditional large scale system may well maybe fail when we have a big form of the data basically. Okay, due to these all are problems: data redundancy, data inconsistency, data dependency, not inefficient to manage the large amount of the data that may come in a structured or unstructured way from the mails, video, or social media data basically. Okay, so to what is the solution mean? What solution we can suggest, or what is the basically the solution? Okay, so to overcome all these problems, so we can have started with the. I think everybody have idea with this that particular solution. About you have heard about the distributed file system. I think everybody know about introduction or at introductory level. You all of you know that the what is basically the distributed file system. Okay, so like putting it all together, I just share the next slide. This is also one of the some of the disadvantages with the traditional file system is that means CPU speed is not increasing as dramatically. On the other hand, the price of the hardware have reduced drastically over the time basically. So multi-core architecture are the norm is we required multi programming or multi processing at a time with the uh, database when we perform or we store the data basically. Okay. So big data distributed computing states means this is the one of the solution we can say in the form of the big data solution basically. Okay, by using the distributed file system is that is putting it all together. We just have to put all the different entities of traditional file system in all together like work node or master node and storage on all are putting it all together basically and storing a lot of data in inexpensive or you can say on commodity hardware. This is one of the characteristic of this. Reading or writing 100 GB from a single disk take 20 minutes and it only use and 1/16th of the machine CPU resources are used basically. So distributed parallel processing will then be introduced. Okay. So this is the basically the performance of the big data distributed computing. From here you can see that how distributed file system is more useful for big data solution. So from here, uh, distributed I just explain from this slide that basically I just try to explain how it is working, how a distributed computing is working. From the definition that is specified in that particular slide is that so distributed computing is an environment in which a group of independent and geographically distributed dispersed computer system take part to solve a complex problem, each by solving a part of solution and then combining the result from all the computers. Okay, so from here you can just see that a distributed file system basically in that particular scenario you can see that there are one of the server and another side we have a client machine basically. So a distributed file system is a file system with store on a server and data is accessed or processed as it is stored on the local machine basically. So server have a full control over the data give to access and give the access control to the client basically. Okay. So some more participants are waiting. Okay. So from this diagram, we can easily understand what basically the distributed file system or distributed computing is used in big data system basically or big data solution. Okay, so from here you can see that a distributed file system is a file system with a store on a server. Okay, and data is accessed and processed and it is stored on the local machine basically. Okay, and server have a full control okay over the data to give an access control to the client also basically. Okay, so sharing resources and storage on the network is one of the key element in both local area network and wide area network. Okay, we know that if we can share the resources and storage on the network, if we can make a structure like this that can share the resources and storage on the network, that is one of the key elements to efficiently use the local area network and wide area network. So different technique are used to share the resources and storage in the network basically. So distributed file system give control in centralized way basically. Okay, means we have a server that can control and all the access or record of the data basically, while the data is stored and recorded over the local file system. So this is basically the basic fundamental of distributed computing is used in big data solutions. Okay, So from here, we can easily understand that what basically the uses of the uh, so file and usage of the distributed computing in the big data solution basically. So file uh, store managed by local machine and process is done by the server. This is the main concept. The key concept of the distributed computing means all the files are stored and managed uh, basically by the local machine, and the process, all the process and control is done by the server basically. So generally distributed file system is used in LAN, okay, by using the file transfer protocol, and but also in some of the techniques or some of the network technology, we have used also the distributed file system in WAN also basically, in wide area network. Okay, so in the next slide, we'll see the characteristics, basic characteristics of distributed computing. So from here, we can see that very first we have very important resource sharing. That is very important. That the key element, we know that when we are discussing about over the network, then the key element to success of a network is that resource sharing or storage sharing. Okay. Next one is concurrency. Concurrency. Next we have scalability, and next we have fault tolerant, and then we have transparency. That is, this one is also very important. Resource sharing, I think it is more I think you have all understand what is the meaning of the resource sharing. Okay, and concurrency means we can perform we have multi-programming and multi-processing characteristic also. Means a distributed computing have multi-programming and multi-processing characteristic also. This one is called concurrency. And all of you know that what is basically the multi-programming and multi-processing. Okay, scalability means scalable to multiple computers, means we can store and share the resources over the multiple computers. That is one of the characteristic of the distributed computing. Fault tolerant, we know that lots of when we are using the network, so lots of data recovery we require software recovery, we require hardware redundancy, because over the network it may be possible if a machine, एक machine आपका अगर खराब है, then over the network the data is stored on that particular machine. Okay, we have to require to recover that particular data, as well as the software, as well as the hardware redundancy also basically in that particular case. Okay, so fault tolerant also means the distributed computing system should be fault tolerant also, means can tolerate the fault basically. Okay, so different due to different reason the fault may occur, and your system may be a fault tolerant for this. Okay, and so distributed computing is one of the characteristics is that it is fault tolerant basically. Transparency is related with authentication, basically means we are getting the data from the right machine, we are getting the data from the right uh, user or the client basically. Okay, means the transparency of access, transparency of location, concurrency, replication, failure, migration, performance, and scaling, that all are included in the characteristic of transparency in the distributed computing. Okay, so all are the basically the fundamentals characteristics that are used in the big data solution. When we discuss about the big data solution, is as in that particular lecture we have discussed what is the basically the traditional large scale system. What is how can traditional large scale system means the system designed by using the relational database and SQL server basically. Okay. Uh, Okay, and then we have discussed about the some of the advantages of traditional file large scale system. Okay, as well as we have discussed some disadvantages like data redundancy, data inconsistency, data uh, authentication problem basically we have. Okay, so all these problems are occur with the large scale system, traditional large scale system, so we have to require to switch from traditional large scale system to the big data solution when we have a data in the structure and unstructured from the social media, as well as from the emails, from the text, or different types of the data when we have in right now in the today's world. Okay, to handle this all these data, we have to require to use some distributed computing characteristics. So this is the one of the solution to switch from traditional large scale system to the big data solution. But before discussing the big data solution, we have to know that it basically use the distributed computing in background to efficiently or to overcome these all the problems that we have discussed in traditional file system. Okay, so these are the some of the characteristic of distributed computing. Okay, so these characteristics you just have to go through these all these characteristics in detail again by using by just going through your computer network. Okay, so it is easily for you to really understand what is basically again the distributed computing, what the meaning of the distributed file system and distributed computing. Okay, in the next slide, basically it is showing that big data grid computing. From here, we can easily understand that again we have a master node and the same structure, that same diagram that we have discussed in the traditional large scale system. Okay, that it also contains a master node that is distributed the data processing across the multiple machines, and this master node means that user will interact with the storage system by using the network node. These are called basically the worker node. Okay, okay. So each worker node to have a separate storage system in big data grid computing. Okay. So what is the advantage of this? From here, what advantage we have? Suppose first worker node is, have a specific separate storage system. Okay, separate storage system it have. So it have a basically a data file like A or B. Okay, means first worker node handle that file A or B basically, and second worker node handle the file like C, D. Okay, any other file basically. Okay, it may be possible that when we are using the network, that may be possible some node may be make in the some failure. Okay, maybe not connected with the server basically. So it may be possible. Suppose worker node one आपका connect नहीं है या failure हो गया है. Okay, so आपके जो ट्रेडिशनल लार्ज स्केल सिस्टम के केस में क्या था आपके पास में कि वहां पे आपके पास सिंगल ऑल द वर्कर नोड आर कनेक्टेड विद द सिंगल स्टोरेज सिस्टम, बट हियर वी हैव ईच वर्कर नोड हैव अ सेपरेट स्टोरेज सिस्टम. ओके, सेपरेट स्टोरेज सिस्टम है आपके पास में. सो हियर व्हाट वी हैव, व्हाट एडवांटेज वी हैव. ओके, क्या एडवांटेज है आपके पास में कि सपोज वर्कर नोड फर्स्ट आपका फेलियर हो गया, तो आपके पास में ए और बी जो है फाइल वो उसके स्टोरेज सिस्टम में है. अगर आप ट्रेडिशनल फाइल सिस्टम यूज कर रहे हैं, then there is a some of the problem that we are not able to access these files. But here we have one of the copy of this in the another node separate storage system also we have. So we can also access the same file by using the different worker node also. Okay, that means we don't have a foundation that we have to require the same worker node. Okay, so this is one of the one of the way to communicate in the distributed computing basically. Okay, so you just have to go through this all slides in today's lecture that we have discussed in today's lecture. Okay, and in the next class we again will discuss that in detail about the big data grid computing, the same slide, and start from here, and what we just have to discuss about what advantages occurs due to this technology or this changes basically. Okay, so today's class is over. You just have to go through all these slides and video that I have shared on the college YouTube channel also. Okay, thank you.